Every Tuesday at 7 with Steve, Pat, Ronnie, and Amanda and Eric. And the voice of NEW, Vince Berry. Hitting all the topics like a clothesline flurry. Turn up your speakers to hear them out. You can listen from your car, even on your couch. They too raw, who NXT? Handing out SmackDowns, follow on IG. Plus, it's sponsored by Tag Me a Date. Go to YouTube and sub now for every update. It's all wrestling here. No safe space. Now listen in. Time to hear from some of the greats.
I figured 30 years of Taker. We did Taker last week, a different version. So I thought maybe this one. I didn't love the gimmick, but the music was pretty dope.
Oh, that was when they didn't want to pay for Kid Rock or Limp Bizkit anymore.
Yeah.
Oh my God! It's so. Literally, what they did was, okay, how do we make a generic rock song for The Undertaker? And this is, I mean, that's perfect.
And this was like his big evil heel gimmick at this point.
Yeah, the short hair, the red hair. They tried to call it. JR tried to call him Booger Red. That was the that was like a nickname. It's like a Booger Red is like like an urban legend in the South, and it's like a red-haired something. But Booger Red to the rest of the world just sounds like something stuck in your nose. So the nickname Booger Red never
sounds like some band the kids listen to these days.
Yeah, seriously. So, welcome to the War Report, brought to you by TagMeADate.com, the first and only dating site exclusively for fans of professional wrestling. At Tag Me a Date is where we reside most places. On Twitch, it is twitch.tv/War Report. Thank you for joining us live on one of our various streaming platforms. And we got
we have a lot to cover, dude.
I always look at it that way. So much happens.
So, if I may,
the floor is yours.
The thing that I'm fired up about a few fucking things. Let's just get that straight.
Fired up.
I'm fucking fired up. Listen,
oh no,
you all fucking know why I'm fired up, and we'll get to that. I don't even have to fucking tell you, and you already fucking know. And if you don't know, you're gonna fucking know. I am so pissed off.
I might know. Go ahead.
You fucking know.
If you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Listen, all right, there's something that really pissed me off, and then there was something that semi pissed me off. So I'll go right for the fucking colossal of piss offness.
Okay.
And that is the fucking ridiculousness that went on Monday Night Raw this week. That Sir Randy Orton, lost the fucking title. Sir Randall K. Orton. Not even 30 fucking days. Not even 30 fucking days. Are you fucking kidding me?
Don't kill the Raw review. You got to give it a shot.
Oh, yes. I have
Don't kill the promo. Don't kill the promo.
Understood. So that's my tease. We'll come back to more of me being really pissed off.
Listen, Steve McMahon. Don't kill the promo.
And Chairman in 30 will be happening. But then, so fine. I'm going to switch gears right away, and we're going to talk about the other thing that really fucking pissed me off.
What is that? Wow. Goddamn. Shot out of a cannon.
Fucking Zelina Vega.
Oh,
really?
Okay. Yes,
really?
Yeah.
So, all jokes aside. So, first we get word she's been released. I'm sitting here like, holy shit. Then there's rumors, right, that she was released because she tweeted that she's down for unionization. Then there were rumors about her Twitch and how she hasn't shut it down. And then the final straw that broke the camel's back was she now just created a what the hell is it called?
OnlyFans.
An OnlyFans.
For the record, this is not. There are different types of things you can put on OnlyFans, and Zelina was not doing anything risque necessarily or adult. There was no nudity. There was no sexual acts. She was literally doing it
that's why they let her go.
for cosplay. Right. The OnlyFans has a reputation as being a site where people sign up for pornography. Fair enough. It is definitely what that is used for.
Yeah, I'm sure Sonny has one.
Sonny did have one before she
Sonny's
went to
back
jail.
in jail.
Yeah.
She was making
That is
no
true.
joke. I think she made $20,000 a month on OnlyFans before she went to jail, Sonny. But anyway, OnlyFans. So again, there's a reputation, especially within the wrestling business. Now they know Sonny and like other, like indie wrestlers will do it and do like risque photos and whatever to like, supplant their income or supplement their income rather. And it is what it is. But Zelina was only using it to post pictures of cosplays that she either ordered or made or built or whatever of different video game characters, anime characters, whatever else.
And she's
Whatever
so
she was
incredibly good at that.
right, whatever she was going to cosplay as, that was her outlet for it. Because I mean, it's not something that you can do on WWE television. You make some gear and that's about it. But like, it's not like she wanted to express herself in a different way by doing these cosplay things, and then also charging a fee for it because people would want it. So here we are. She's no longer with the company. It sounds like that unionization thing was from everything that came out recently. Sounds like she heard she was going to get fired, and that was like her parting shot to them was, I support unionization.
I'll tell you right now, I think my opinion is this. WWE is making an example out of Zelina. Like, listen, we're taking this shit seriously. If you're not going to follow by what we want, then you're out. I do think there's a very good chance she's going to make a return after a suspended amount of time, even though she's not suspended.
No.
And if not, then the obvious mental thinking is that she'll go to AEW, which quite frankly, they'll use her properly. And now the other question then, what happens with Aleister Black?
So I don't know how accurate this is because I read it on a dirt sheet. I will put it out there as a point of discussion. We can speculate on it, how accurate it is, but we can also just kind of discussion. The thing that I read says that Aleister has petitioned to go back to NXT. And I don't know if they will or won't. I really like the sunglasses there, Chairman. I don't know if they will or won't accept his request to go back to NXT because it's.
I heard that he requested it and they said no. Now that's from that's from a dirt sheet anyway too. So
he got denied. He got denied for a reason. Again, they got to prove a point. Honestly, I get it. I don't think Zelina should have been let go per se, but I understand and I respect the business move. You have to prove a point. You have to show others. And I don't think I don't agree with you as far as they didn't use her right. I think she was getting a hell of a push. I think she was doing a good job for those guys. I think that Vince just didn't believe in Andrade. I don't think he believed too much in Garza, even though Garza's getting a little push now, which we'll talk about later. But you got to prove a point. They weren't doing shit with Aleister Black anyway.
Yeah, but Sam, you can prove a point. You can prove a point and do it, and you can still prove that point. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
no, you can't half-ass something like that.
No, but it's not a half-ass, man. Like,
but either you with me or you're against me. That's how it is. You know how it is.
No. But listen, there's. All right, listen. There's.
You agree. That's why you laugh because you fucking agree with it. Don't bullshit me. If I betray you or anyone in your family, there isn't. Maybe you could come back one day. No, it's fuck you. It's over.
Yeah, I
right or wrong.
That experiment's over.
I actually think both sides. On one side, it's kind of like you do a suspension first. Like, all right, this is the first plan attack. We're going to do a suspension, similar to a wellness policy. You fail the wellness policy, you get 30 days. You fail it again, you get 60 days. You get 3 strikes, you're out.
But I see exactly what Chairman, though. They don't want they don't want it to get past the first chance because they've deemed this a non-negotiable issue. So right now to them, because WWE now with the job postings that they're putting up and various press releases or like, stuff in like those like promotional emails for upcoming shows and such, is indicating that WWE is establishing their own presence on Twitch. It's going to be twitch.tv/WWE, and they're anticipating that they're going to bring superstars on and say, okay, well, the New Day is going to be on, and then like Breeze is going to be on, the Undisputed Era or whatever, but it's going to be another duty or responsibility of these supposed independent contractors, which in turn, so instead of each of these Twitch accounts having their own subscribers and generating their own income directly to the superstar, it is now driving the income directly to the company, which again, I can see both sides. You are a company, you want to maximize your profits and all this stuff. But at the same time, you have what you are calling independent contractors. And then part of the way through their contract, you're trying to change the language or restructure it or bring up things. Twitch, this idea of Twitch streaming was not even around when most of these people signed their contracts. The idea of being a professional Twitch streamer wasn't the thing when AJ signed on before that Royal Rumble a couple years ago. I mean, it was there weren't as many people doing it. It wasn't something that celebrities were doing. So now this is a new thing that they have to deal with. So, and it all stems back to that issue of WWE superstars are classified as independent contractors, but are treated as if they are employees. And this has been the issue for 40 years, or as long as the WWE, WWF has been around. Hogan sniffed out Ventura and dropped a dime on him, and that's why Ventura got fired, because Ventura was trying to unionize. Any talk of unionization has always been shut down. I'm not saying unionization is the solution here. It may or may not be. I think what it needs to happen now, every single one of those WWE superstars, when their contract is coming up, has to have a sports agent or a sports team review the contracts and make sure that there's language in there that if they're in, like AJ Styles, if AJ Styles is interested in operating his Twitch channel, he needs to write that, he needs to put that in that contract, and otherwise I'm not signing it. These bigger names, the Newton Xavier Woods needs to say the same. I know he's doing good with like up, down. This is the problem. They're all making very good money for WWE. These side projects like up, down, down are making money for WWE.
They were saying Zelina on Twitch was making more of an income,
yes,
than what she was making in WWE.
Right, and so what they wanted to do,
but that's the problem, and I think that's the discussion. That's what Vince is getting at too.
Right.
I think we all can agree. We don't want to stop anyone's money. We don't knock nobody's hustle, right?
Right.
But the problem is, from a business perspective, right? How do I, as a casual watcher, let's say, not that I'm a casual watcher, but an average watcher, discern between Zelina Vega and whatever her real name is, right?
Thea Trinidad.
There it is. Miss Trinidad. How do I discern between that? I don't know. As a casual watcher, I only know Zelina Vega. So if I jump onto her shit and I see her doing some things that Zelina Vega wouldn't do, I now believe that that's Zelina Vega. And that could hurt the brand, that could hurt the image, that could hurt whatever way. That makes sense. I get that.
Is that the reason though, or is it more that Vince wants
the reason?
Or is it Vince wants a cut of that money?
Okay, but if Vince wanted the cut of the money, and if it's just about the money to him, he would have set the shit up with them a long time ago. But the problem is that I think
Vince may not have realized what kind of money that they're making on these side things. Yeah, he's always a little behind with the social media.
But $20,000 is not fucking money. $20,000, you piss $20,000. That's a joke.
But here's the thing. So what they're trying to do with these contracts, right? But for Zelina Vega, so for somebody like Zelina Vega, here's what they wanted to do. They said, okay, if you really want to run this Twitch channel, any money you make on the Twitch channel is going to get deducted from your downside weekly paycheck from WWE. So here's
fair, but I don't control what goes on her Twitch channel. That's the problem.
See, exactly. So you shouldn't be able to take away their downside. Okay, let me explain this briefly for people who don't know what I'm saying by downside. WWE contracts work this way. You receive a baseline salary weekly, whether you appear on television or not. If you appear on television, you receive additional money for that. If you appear on pay-per-view, you receive additional money for that. It's tiered, but there is always what they call the downside guarantee. This is good for people with injuries. This is people like Zack Ryder who, we don't know what to do with them, whatever. If you're not being used on TV, you make your downside guarantee every week. And that's for WWE superstars, that's several $1,000s a week that they get from that. So the WWE solution was, okay, if you're doing Twitch and you're doing Cameo and this, that, the other thing, we're going to deduct the money you make from those services from your downside guarantee. This would be like if you worked at a restaurant and you also worked, you waited tables at a restaurant, but you also worked at Wendy's. And the restaurant says, well, you work at Wendy's, so you can only get your tips, but you can't get your paycheck because you have a Wendy's paycheck. It doesn't make any sense.
That's just not cool. Of course,
Right.
I'm not agreeing with.
This is the
But there's a difference from me working at a restaurant, right? Let's say whatever, a 5-star restaurant, and I go to Wendy's wearing my 5-star restaurant hats,
right,
logoed polo shirts.
WWE's argument is that they have made this person into a superstar. That's the phrase they use.
Which they did. If they didn't invest the money and put them over, and even if they didn't put them over well or not, that's not the conversation. They put them over and made them a household name. So where's my cut for the household name?
But what if they're not using their house? What if they're using Thea Trinidad now? Like
it doesn't matter because you signed a contract. I think the best thing you said is when it's time for negotiations.
That's
when they re-sign a contract.
Need to be redone.
If they don't put that up, that's on you. You did bad business. Anybody who signs a document that doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, don't sign the document. If your lawyers haven't looked at the document, it says employment at will at any job you've ever taken. It says employment at will.
And the
so don't give me shit when I say at will. You're gone.
The state of Connecticut. I know. Listen. I know the laws of the employment laws of Connecticut. It's an at-will state. They are technically employees.
This is business, boys. If you don't like business, get the fuck out. That's it.
But see, then that's the thing. Is like, at what point do we go, Steve? We can't hear you.
Fucking A, Sam. At the end of the day,
you've been trying to pipe in for like the last 5 minutes.
I've been yelling at the screen. At the end of the fucking day,
Steve looks like a fucking cartoon character with the heat is coming up through his head. He's turning fucking red.
I'm gonna box. Oh my God! At the end of the day, did Selena really deserve to be released? I don't think so. For a first infraction of something like this whole fucking social media, Twitch bullshit, everything else, that's new. Like, this shit just started within the last year. I could be totally off on that, but it feels like the last year. So
it was at one point Twitch.
She's a great talent, bro.
Right. But Twitch was solely for gamers. It was just people streaming video games. It's become this.
My issue is that you guys keep throwing in shit. Is not what I'm talking about.
I get you, Sam. Business is business. I get it.
She is a great talent, but nobody's talking about her fucking talent right now. That's the problem. We're not talking about talent.
But we are, because somebody like that, you give a slap on the wrist, a fine, a suspension, and you keep her because the talent is there.
If I'm running $1 billion company, I have to be fair and consistent with everybody. But now, if you, based on what you said, as Vince said, if you're going by tiers now, if you're making real money, if you're up there, right, you can renegotiate your contract. You don't even got to wait till that shit's up. Look at Rock, look at Stone Cold, look at Warrior, look at Hogan. Anybody who's up there, if I'm generating a certain
big names,
right? If I'm starting to make you money more than you thought I was going to make you, we need to talk, because this shit ain't good business. Now, if you're not doing good business, you can't tell me anything. Your little $20,000 to show your Pikachu costumes and shit, that don't mean nothing to me.
My fucking biggest problem is I don't disagree with what he's saying when it comes to a business standpoint. I get it, and I agree with him. It pains me, but I agree with him.
But it's also,
wait. He'd agree with me? What the fuck is going on?
I fucking agree with
you. It's the legal versus the ethical, or the moral versus the business. Like, that's where we're in right now. That's what it is, but it's that balance of business. And
listen, at the end of the day, you never say never in this business. She'll be back. We've spent 20 minutes on this. I think we need to move. And what I really would like to do I really would like to do this because then I can get into my rant.
Oh,
So
yeah. Still
the chairman of the board, I welcome you to Chairman Raw in 30 when you are ready.
All right, we're gonna start this shit off right. We got Raw starts off. We got a giant Scottish man who complains about losing his belt. The comic relief shows up, and Miz and Morrison. I'm sorry, the A-lister and the Shaman of Sexy. What the fuck is that? They say Bray Wyatt is scared of them. Asuka, Mandy Rose, and Dana versus Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, and Lana. What the fuck? The faces go over. Lana goes under or through a table, whatever the fuck you want to say. And then somehow Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans end up replacing Brooke and Mandy, and no one gives a shit. The New Day versus the New Nation of Domination. New Day wins, big fucking surprise. Team Raw versus Retribution. Prince Ali from Aladdin goes over. That's a win for Retribution. What? Oh, okay.
Two in a row.
That's
Two in
fucking
a row.
crazy.
The streak.
Random. If you roll the fucking dice, randomness.com shows up, and you got Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. Makes no fucking sense.
Oh, it makes perfect sense, and we'll get into that. Continue.
Yeah, here we go. Then we have a Bliss Cross fights ensues. Get it? Bliss Cross? No? All right.
I like that.
Tough crowd. All right. Bliss attacks the Shaman of Sexy for no fucking reason. Wyatt goes over in a 4-second match. Angel Garza shows up and does a Rose promo and does a shitty fucking job of pretending to be Antonio Banderas in Desperado. That shit doesn't fucking work. We got the main event where actually Raw shows up for some reason. This is actually a Raw. Okay, cool. We get a great fucking WrestleMania entrance from Drew McIntyre. We continue to put Orton over as a heel, working the fucking back, doing a great job of working the match. And then the worst fucking ending of all time shows up, and somehow Drew McIntyre wins the belt back, and Randy Orton goes under. I hand it back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Sam. That was well done, as always. And as you can see on the screen, I want to go directly back to this Randy Orton shit. Losing the title. Are you fucking kidding me?
Loses has 1-0. Please fix it. It's bugging.
What?
Loses has 1-0.
Oh, fuck.
gotta
Did I
fix
double
that.
type? Oh,
He loses it.
You gotta lose it sometimes.
Listen, you know what? I'm sorry. I lost my fucking mind because I'm fuming. I just somebody like Randy Orton. That's insulting. I'm sorry. And why the fuck did you take the title from the first place? Then you didn't even give him 30 fucking days.
Well, maybe that's true, but maybe he can go to the fucking gym and get some fucking workouts. He's looking sloppy as shit.
Or he could have won a SummerSlam.
McIntyre's entrance though was dope with the sword.
Why didn't he do that for
pretty cool.
WrestleMania? Why didn't he do that?
I think that's actually his new entrance going forward.
Well, that's why they didn't do it at WrestleMania. The guy's starting to get a mini crowd, even if it's video screens.
Did you hear that that sword actually belongs to Vince McMahon? It was a gift from Triple H and Stephanie.
That's pretty cool.
Which, of course, Vince McMahon would own a big fucking sword. That just is not
Oh yeah, I
surprising.
mean, there's a fucking T-Rex.
Yeah, he's got a
thing in
T-Rex
his
head in
office.
his office. Yep, he's amazing.
I'm an avid collector of weapons, so I have multiple swords.
I have a sword.
I've got at least 2. Oh,
That's
boy.
weird. Side note. Okay, back to
Us and Vince McMahon have a lot in common. We like to collect swords.
Can somebody please explain to me what the fuck the process is and why this is happening right now? I don't understand.
It's become the Survivor
I
Series
read that-
tradition to switch the title the week before. This
I
has
read
happened
that they
3
don't
years
want
in
to
a
do
row.
heel versus heel, so that's partly why they did it.
I think that's it right there. I think it has to go with just trying to make the match for Survivor Series better. Not title versus title, but champions versus champions. Right. So to see him in Reigns, that just makes it better than just randomly throwing them in a week before.
Survivor Series.
So that's my thought.
It bothers me.
It doesn't do anything for your world title to bounce it around like that so quickly.
But what are you gonna do with Randy Orton though?
Give him his final run. Assuming this is his final run.
Well, send him the fuck home. He needs to go to the.
So I kind of.
Oh, stop.
have a conspiracy theory about what's going to happen in Survivor Series.
Of this podcast, I'm gonna be Gorilla Monsoon, and Sam's gonna be fucking Bobby Heenan.
Yes, that seems about right.
Because he said what he said, and all I could think of, oh, will you just stop it?
But you know what the problem is that I'm right because he fucking looks sloppy. That's terrible. How are you world champion with like a half an ab? That shit don't make me fucking.
Half an ab.
Oh, stop! He looked fun.
He does look. Randy Orton's is in good shape.
If you mean by good shape, like a fucking porta potty, absolutely.
So we got to talk about the best part of Raw, in my opinion, because McIntyre, to me, winning it back was not the best part.
But a hell of a match. You got to give the match.
It was no. The match was fantastic. I enjoyed the match 100%. But of course, for me, the Firefly Funhouse to God. Alexa and Bray, bro, come on. You cannot, as a fan of the character of Harley Quinn and the Joker type of personalities.
Well, she's not Harley Quinn anymore. She's
two
fucking Alice in Wonderland. It's a completely different thing.
Stop. That's not true.
Look at the dress. Look what she's doing. Are you crazy?
Oh, stop.
Her gimmick is going down the rabbit hole every fucking week.
She
look at that.
is
wow.
No. Don't ruin.
Yes.
Do not ruin this for me.
That's what it is.
That's bullshit. No, you and I will fight on this. That is my Harley Quinn.
Oh man.
She was Harley Quinn 2 fucking years ago. It's over.
No, it's not.
It's over.
It has rebounded.
That fucking movie made $3. It's over.
But come on, you can't tell me the way that she acted during the Bray match and everything else was not Harley Quinn-esque. That was no fucking Alice in Wonderland bullshit.
Sir, listen. Hear me out. I'm not disagreeing with it was a good character. I'm not disagreeing with some good television. What I'm saying to you is not what you think it is. It's not going to go where it's going to go. It's fucking garbage. They're going to make this shit terrible. We only watch it for that. Where's the end to this? Tell me the end game. Show me.
There doesn't need to be. This could go on forever and I'll be fucking happy.
Exactly. And that's a fucking problem.
Why is that a problem? What are you dropping the headphone? How is that a fucking how is that a fucking problem?
I mean, wrestling, here's the thing. Wrestling stories need to have some sort of transition to another phase. So what's the next phase? I mean, he's right in a sense. Like, is the next phase of this that Alexa Bliss gets more committed to it, or that she tries to break away, or that Nikki tries to help her break away and
she's getting fully fucking committed, man. This is something that's going to be awesome. I'm even hearing that they might set up some sort of mixed tag team match with them at WrestleMania.
Oh, I can't wait to see another mixed tag team match.
But Alexa Bliss can work, especially when she's the Harley Quinn character because she goes fucking nuts. Come on, Sam.
What are you selling me right now?
I don't need to sell you nothing. It sells itself.
I want to know what the fuck you're selling me right now, because this don't make no fucking sense.
A great time right now.
It is the greatest fucking storyline in the company right now, with the exception of Roman.
You just said the greatest storyline in the fucking company is Mr. Rogers with dreads and fucking Alice in Wonderland. Listen to what you just fucking said.
100%.
Oh man,
that sounds like I was in college. I ran out of shit to fucking do, and I came up with this bullshit storyline. That's fucking garbage.
If you're watching this show, I want somebody to jump in and ask a question and tell me that I'm right, because this is bullshit. That is the greatest story.
There is no one in the fucking planet that's gonna say you're right with that bullshit storyline.
Show up on the screen, by the way. If you're watching this live and you make a comment on Facebook, it'll show up. So let us know what you think here. If anybody wants to.
Either way, interesting for television.
So I said this. I want to see what you guys think. Survivor Series. My conspiracy theory is that after this Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match, that the Miz is going to cash in that Money in the Bank.
But is he going to successfully cash in the Money in the Bank? I mean, let's be real on it. Just because, he's cashing in and doesn't.
Whenever the Miz cashes in, he's going to be successful, because I'm sticking with my original prediction that Edge wins the title before WrestleMania, and he wins it from The Miz because in wrestling,
Oh, please, God,
because
no.
it would be easier to beat for Edge. It would be easier to beat The Miz than it would be to beat Orton or McIntyre.
Why don't you just have Edge's wife beat The Miz because she's a better wrestler?
I mean, she probably could. She would probably pull a very good match out of The Miz.
That's difficult to do, though.
Yeah, no, it is. It's like pulling teeth. But that's what I'm saying. If you look at, like, wrestler math, who's better than whom, like, Edge could easily beat The Miz and then have to wrestle Randy Orton at WrestleMania again. Whatever, if that's the route they're going. I don't know what they're doing with this Raw World title. Obviously, we know Roman is holding it till WrestleMania for the SmackDown side, and the speculation is The Rock is going to come back for that match.
I doubt it.
Does The Rock win?
I don't think The Rock comes back for WrestleMania. There's too much on his plate right now. I mean, I would love to see that, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think The Rock's got the XFL. He's got like 4 other films. I just don't think it's going to go down.
So then the thing that I said a few months ago when this Roman Reigns thing started rearing its head again was that what if Paul Heyman regrets creating this monster of Roman Reigns and brings back Brock? Do you think Jericho's going to be the one that beats
Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Barrio Rikers.
I was so confused.
What the fuck is the deal, baby?
Hey,
No.
What up, man?
What's good?
Now,
Yo, I wanted to play that song because this morning I was banging and playing, and you just got me through my workout. And I thought of you, Vince, and I realized it was Tuesday, so I had to come and say hello.
Steve, change the scrolling thing to Big Heck, man.
Nah. What's up? What's good? What are you guys talking about?
Oh, yeah, he can weigh in on this. You guys, so
Is that? Who is that? Who's that? There's only one Spanish person allowed on this.
And it's
So I think you might have to log off then, Big Heck.
Whoever the skeleton looking dude with some dark glasses needs to understand the role.
You think so? Even as big as you are, my wallet's still heavier than you.
Wallets don't matter when fist pound, baby. That's all that matters around here.
You think so?
What's going on?
Nice to see you. Long time.
10 plus years, I'm sure it's been.
So listen, we're debating between the fact that Zelina Vega got released for violating this whole, social media bullshit, where I say the talent is there, you give her a fine, you suspend her and let her come back, not release her. Sam says the position is business. You didn't do the right thing, you got fired. Heck, what do you think?
She has great tits.
Well, no one's going to argue that.
She has great little perky tits. Just like little fucking baseballs with chocolate kisses on the end of them. That's all I can say.
That's amazing.
I would just like to add that we have a Facebook user right now who says I'm right. I'm just saying.
Well, whoever that Facebook user is, you're good. You're in good hands if you're believing Steve.
Stacy, please stop sending us shit through Facebook.
The Hebrew Hercules has never been wrong. So you're good to stand on that side.
Amen.
Nah, I saw that all come down just like everybody else, and at the end of the day, I think it's just a warning shot to everybody else.
Yep.
It was I'm going to make my point. I'm going to use you as what? Here you go. If you fuck up, you're going to end up like her. And so I don't think it was anything more than that. Yeah, she's talking about unionization. Yeah, she's kind of going down a path that probably WWE would not appreciate. But at the end of the day, I think it was just exactly that. It was, listen, I'm going to make an example of you. We love you. We think you're great, but if you don't fall in line like a good little soldier, there's your customers, and there you go. So I think it was a warning shot. That was all I thought it was. I didn't think it was anything bad against her because she's great on the mic, right? The talent, like you said, is there. She's great on the mic. And then in the few limited matches that she has had, except for the squash match against Alpha, you know, how she's shown good stuff. She's shown that she should be winning.
How long until she's resigned back to the WWE?
If she don't jump ship immediately, I think she has a 90-day clause. But if she don't jump ship immediately, depends on how long Aleister Black will be there. Because it could be another one of those, AJ Lee, CM Punk things. We leave, I leave, we all leave, everybody's happy. So who knows? But, I mean,
Is
she's
Aleister Black going to get put through the
I'll
table
tell you
every
what,
week now?
I feel she's worth it only because of the duality, right? She can be on the mic, she can be decent in the ring and tell a story. So, you have to look at both sides. So I think she would do fine wherever she goes.
Yeah.
Obviously, he is, Nate Diaz, but AEW is a great place. They need mouthpieces there because Brandy Rhodes, I think is their only real female mouthpiece, right? So she would do well there. And they have a lot. And the thing with AEW is they have a lot of Spanish, right? They have a lot of luchadors and a lot of Spanish acts. So she could go and fit in like that overnight. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, because you have Diamante, who was in LAX back in Impact. You have Thea Zelina, who was in LAX at one point, right? Like years and years ago. So, if they wanted to do this, if they wanted to take, because Proud and Powerful is a takeoff on LAX. It was EYFBO, and then they became the new LAX, and they're Santana and Ortiz, and then they could really, if they wanted to do a stable like that, because Eddie Kingston was involved with LAX back in Impact, they could take those performers and just make, recreate an LAX style stable and try and draw interest from the Hispanic consumers.
Which is very possible because WWE is all about recycling storylines, especially if they've, been way in the past. They're hopefully people have no memories and.
So, you guys, have you been watching AEW? Have you been seeing Eddie Kingston's stuff recently and how fucking good Eddie Kingston is?
He's great. I'm a big fan.
18 years, and I've been around Eddie Kingston for about 12 of them, and the fucking guy, I remember sitting in the locker room, and Eddie goes, "I just did another WWE tryout. They didn't want me. They said I got a big gut. They said I'm not in shape, whatever. But it's like, so what? He's got a big gut. A lot of people got big guts. We all got big guts, man. Fuck." And he's just
not me.
Great promo. Yeah, he might be the only one.
But that's the thing. He can fucking work.
Yeah, and he can work his size. It's not like he gets winded or gassed out. I mean, he wrestles like hard-hitting, strong style, Japanese style matches.
And you know what? Not for nothing. You bring him on and you say, "Listen, try and tone up," and he's going to be working out every fucking day.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look at Braun Strowman. I mean,
Braun really did a good job of slimming down.
That's on. I mean, it doesn't even look like there's an ounce of fat on him at this point when he's wearing those shirts.
Looks like Samuel Rivera now.
Yeah. Shaman.
I wish I knew who that was.
So, heck, one of the other things that these two guys got into earlier was that Shaman here contends that Alexa Bliss is doing Alice in Wonderland, where she goes down the rabbit hole, and Steve is saying that Alexa Bliss is doing Harley Quinn, and then by extension that Bray Wyatt is the Joker. And they just you missed it because you could catch a replay. They went at it for like 10 minutes. So.
Even if you watch how Raw went down, that's exactly what it was.
Well, now we got to have.
But before we even put Big Heck in it, all right, Bray Wyatt is not scraping out Alexa Bliss. The Joker scrapes out Harley Quinn. It's a little bit different.
Just because, hold on, just because in real life she's now off the market and engaged doesn't mean she's not going to spawn a relationship with Bray Wyatt.
She's not getting scraped out. It's a little different story.
We're gonna have a 45-minute long podcast. I'm about to leave. What the fuck?
Vince,
Oh my
man, I want to
God.
watch an hour of you laughing, man.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
Barrio, I would like to know your opinion on this
I
one.
need to know your opinion. Since we've established that she's not getting scraped out by the Fiend. Good God! All right.
I like that one, Sam. I'll give you that, Sam. I am. It's probably a mix of everything, right? I mean, you can pull pieces from every fucking character you could think of, but I think she's doing her best work, no matter who the fuck she's taking inspiration from. I think she's doing her best work. I think she's
Amen.
fucking absolutely killing it right now. You know, I think for such a slow burn leading up to it, right? And a slow burn for WWE is like a month. But they did this over the period of like 2, maybe, right? 2 pay-per-views, 2.5, 3 pay-per-views, maybe.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
so to build that up, and then, take it home how they have, I'm all about it. Like I told you the last time I was on, The Fiend and Alexa Bliss are the best thing going on television.
Word.
Right. We watch. I know for me, I'm not gonna speak for everybody else. I watch.
Oh, you can
watch
speak for me.
SmackDown. I watched SmackDown just so I could see Firefly Funhouse and Fiend segments, and I barely watch SmackDown anymore. I fast forward through it just to catch main points. But now I watch Raw just to wait for the fucking Fiend segments. So yeah, I mean, at the end of
you
the
should
day,
definitely
those are the top.
listen. If there was a second storyline in WWE right now that's really good, is actually the Roman Reigns storyline with the Usos.
Oh, I'm invested.
Because
I
I'm
like
telling you right now, they're setting up Roman versus The Rock at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. I mean,
I'll
that
put money on that.
that
Huh?
would be that.
What was that?
Would
I'll
be
put,
the cream
I'll
on
put
the
money
top.
that doesn't happen this year.
You're putting money that it's not happening. I'll bet you $100 it happens this year.
Whoa!
Right now, I bet you 100, no problem.
Well, either way, whatever happens, happens.
Wow.
That's
He-
a $100 bet, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's on, fucking November 17th that this was said. So you guys got 5 months.
Oh,
I think
shit.
to the day, if I'm not mistaken, 4 months to the day. I think it's March 17th is supposed to be Mania.
I better start saving now.
You should.
I mean, listen, the tweets are already starting. The energy's already, bro. This is happening. I'm very excited. So that storyline that has also been worth watching on
No,
SmackDown.
it is, but the kind of segue, we talked a lot about Raw and WWE. You know, honestly, I think the fucking, with AEW and them bringing MJF into the inner circle, that shit is fucking classic.
Yes.
That kid, you guys gave me some shit a couple weeks ago. You said go back and watch some old school MJF shit. I'm invested
Told
in
you.
that kid. That fucking kid is a problem.
I
And when I
told you
say
he's
a
going to
problem,
be the future.
that kid is a serious good problem.
Yeah, I
He
told you
gets on the
he's the
mic and
future.
he says, literally on a podium, I took a small loan from my dad of $1 million.
Oh yeah. No, he was.
That shit had me crying. That shit.
Dude, I told you he is the real deal. This guy is a home run. He's going to go so far. And now that he's getting coached by Jericho, bro, the sky's the limit for that guy.
My
I'm
wife
such
was
a fan.
actually invested in wrestling for 30 seconds. She goes, why does he sound like you when you were 12? And I go,
That's
wait,
right.
my dad's in jail.
But there's so many good things going on in AEW right now. So many good things.
Yeah,
I mean, so many stars are being made.
Yeah, the Dark Order. So these Dark Order guys have started getting themselves over. John Silver's really gotten himself over as part of the Dark Order. Apparently, Brody is injured, so he's been off TV. It's an enjoyable show. It's 2 hours of TV that goes by really fast. AEW is the high, like it's the high point of my week. It's right in the middle of the week. It's Wednesday. Enjoy yourself. You get Jericho do his thing. You get these fucking Lucha Brothers out there killing each other. Oh my god, the Lucha Brothers against as a tag team are great, but then you put Penta against Phoenix, and it's magic. They're brilliant. The Lucha Brothers are some of the best wrestlers in the world, aside from the fact that you got other guys
Like this one.
you give it away. Darby Allin, Ricky Starks. Those guys are broken out as big stars. Brian Cage, you already knew was going to be a big star, just fucking looking at the guy. The one thing I'm disappointed about is no Sting yet. The whole speculation was that Sting was coming out
I'm not talking about Sting. I'm gonna get upset.
to help Darby Allin. I was mad. I was like, it was right there. He was getting beat up after the thing. Like,
But isn't he still part of WWE?
So WWE before that?
No,
pay-per-view,
his
like, the week
contract
before
is
that
up.
pay-per-view-
Really?
The week before that pay-per-view, they took all the Sting merchandise off the WWE website.
No way.
That's why people were thinking it was going to happen. So I don't know. I feel like it's got to
I'll
happen.
pay for that. I'll pay for that.
Yeah, listen, Sting back on TNT live wrestling. Oh my god, it would be so appropriate to have him. do
Steve doesn't
something.
like Sting though. You know.
I love
Oh, you're-
Sting.
Okay.
That's not true. I love Sting. I do. I love Sting. Fuck
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I
What?
love Sting.
Are you sure?
Oh, I'm Shores. and I
Are
am
you
one
Jersey
of,
Shores?
and I am one of the big advocates to say that Sting got the raw fucking deal when he
Oh,
finally made it to the WWE, and he was not treated the way he should have been, and that's a fucking
Damn right.
shame.
No, and he never got that match with the Undertaker.
Never. But listen, guys, we're flying through this show, and we got almost the top of the hour. We really should give our final thoughts about Survivor
Is
Series.
that Sunday?
That is this coming Sunday,
Jesus
sir.
Christ, that flew by. Wow.
This year has gone by. Tell me I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, it definitely has. Like, shit.
Thank God it can't end fast enough.
It's the fucking slowest, best year ever. I
Dude,
enjoy it every second of the day. It's awesome.
Kobe died. This fucking year went to shit right after.
Yeah, it's all Kobe's fault.
It's all fucking Kobe. shit.
But I tell you one thing, Kobe makes some good fucking steaks. I gotta tell you that much.
Jeez.
Kobe. I read the, not to get fucking weird here, but I gotta say this. I read the autopsy report on that shit, that Kobe shit. Dude, his dick like burned to shreds, and that was what they found, like shredded dick. And I was just
Wow,
like,
really?
oh,
What?
this is bad. This is bad. I don't know why I read this. Now I'm scarred for life. I'm sorry, Eric.
Oh man,
What?
I don't even know how to
What kind
respond.
of a fucking
If you go
segue
back-
is that?
If you go back and read that autopsy, like I love Kobe Bryant. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting him in any way, and neither is Tag Me Day. But if you go back and read that autopsy report, you will find that one piece, and you'll be like, "Yeah, I know what Hector's talking about. That shit scars me for life." But anyway,
That's tough.
back to you, Steve. I digress.
You made Steve so sad he started to smoke a
He
blood
started-
again.
yeah. He was just like, yo, my man just took me to a dark place with 10 minutes left of this show. Why'd I let him on?
He's like, "Oh God, light it up, boys!"
Yeah, it's just, now
The show is fucked. It's getting canceled, guys. We're done. Let me just
now
Fucking Byron Riker showed up and started talking about burnt dick.
Yep.
the hot dog.
I,
Burnt dick. It all goes together.
So, Survivor Series. What are our thoughts?
I don't know. Survivor Series, not to be an old man about it, but Survivor Series used to be really good.
Really good.
Yep.
And like was my favorite.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. And I love the idea of the teams like having this whole Raw versus SmackDown thing doesn't do it for me for Survivor Series because it's supposed.
Why not? It's PlayStation 2 in 2006.
SmackDown versus Raw is such an outdated concept now, especially since the shows get invaded and whatever else so much trade talents. But like it used to be like the $1 Million team against the Hulkamaniacs, and like there was a reason because
Right.
these guys didn't like these guys, and you had a singles guy on one side and babyface and the heel, and then you had two tag teams that were in a feud, a babyface and the heel, and you rounded out the teams with like guys who were already in feuds or feuds that you were building to, and you incorporated those feuds into the Survivor Series, and that's why it made sense. These guys found teams to compete against. You don't like these guys, so we're going to go against them. Like it's a very simple concept.
Isn't it called Survivor Series? Shouldn't you have to survive something? I don't understand. If I have 4 other people protecting me, how can I lose if I'm going to wrestle for 4 minutes? I don't fucking understand.
And then they get beat with a drop kick.
The other thing I like that they used to do with the Survivor Series is that each winner of the team would then be in a final match at the end.
Yeah, the sole survivor match.
And that was the year
Right.
that The Undertaker debuted.
That's right.
I think that's the reason why we have it. You know, it's just to end Taker shit and put him over again the last time. I hope he does something fucking spectacular. You know, that's really why I'm going to watch it. I want to see what Taker does. Maybe a couple tombstones,
is
a couple
true,
choke
yeah.
slams. That would be fucking nice.
What is Taker's end game? Like apparent end game? Like what is going to happen?
Well,
for him
the
in Survivor
rumor-
Series?
I don't
The
think
rumor-
this is going to be a farewell.
The rumor that
really don't
I'm
think
hearing,
this is going to be a farewell. I'm sorry.
mean, that's all right. The rumor I'm hearing is that this is his final farewell. But his
He
plan
can't
is that.
fucking walk anymore, guys. It's over.
But the plan,
We don't want to hear it. We're fucking old men, right? Let's be honest.
But the plan is reporting to the performance center and training and working with the youngins. So imagine you get invited to work in NXT and you're being coached by The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H. I mean, that's a fucking win for the company. So I think, you know, Undertaker, and then of course Undertaker's still going to have to get inducted. You know, and listen, Finn Balor's been really petitioning to have a Demon versus Taker match. So who the hell knows? Maybe they'll stick that in as a final match. I don't know.
Please, God, no.
Why not protect Taker and do a 3-way Fiend, Balor, Taker?
I mean,
And
you
you
could
can
most
protect-
certainly do that.
You could protect Taker in a nice little 3-way. Oh, unlike the 3-way I recently had with 2 older women, and I didn't protect either.
He didn't wear protection.
And congratulations to you.
Oh, my wife doesn't listen to this show.
Sounds like a victory. A W is a W.
So listen, guys, we're reaching the top of the hour. Does anybody have some last minute anything they want to bring up and address before we wrap it up?
Mazel tov.
Vince, you're up, and then I'll go.
I mean, I think I'm watching out for the Miz to cash in after the Roman Reigns Drew McIntyre match. That's my call right now. Everything else.
So Roman's gonna go over,
or,
and then Miz is cashing in on Roman.
right cashing on Drew. Miz is cashing in on Drew. Eventually.
Roman's not losing that match.
No.
Well, what day does Mrs. show up on USA? Is it Monday or Tuesday?
So here's what's gonna happen.
No, I'm being honest.
No, but that makes sense.
The reason.
That would be the title he wins.
The reason. So he'll win because what I'm picturing is like Roman Reigns spears or power bombs Drew through the announce table, and it's like a DQ or a count out or whatever.
Roman Reigns does power bombs.
He goes ooh first, and then he does.
Oh, okay, got it. Sorry, I forgot. I'm sorry. I thought he needed the other two guys to pick them up first.
Yeah,
That's it.
he can't do this part, but he can do the rest. But so something's gonna happen. He puts them through the table. It's either a DQ or a count out, and Roman leaves. So you know he still has his belt. Whatever, he leaves. Fucking Miz sneaks out, does his bullshit, wins the. That's my go-to. The rest of the stuff, I don't know what else is even consequential on this card. Aside nothing or any titles being defended, it's all brand versus brand. It's all champion.
Yeah, it's all champion versus championship, but there's no titles on the line as far as I know.
Yeah, so I think you got to have.
Well, it's not Clash of Champions.
Yeah, God forbid we pay for a pay-per-view to have championship matches. But anyway, that's an outdated concept.
Well, no, instead we give Randy Orton a 2-week title reign and have him lose it on Raw right before the fucking pay-per-view.
Holy shit! Would you give up on Randy Orton? Holy
Oh,
That's Sir Randall K. Orton to you.
How many more creative wrestlers are you going to follow?
He's going to go into Team Raw.
Do you remember Randy Orton with no sleeves? He played WrestleMania 2000 on N64 and put sleeves on himself. Showed up on Monday Night Raw with sleeves. Okay? He's got to stop his shit. It's over.
Sleeves.
It's over. He has 2 abs. He's got to grow up.
But he still has an RKO.
You're right. The diamond cutter. You're right. Exactly.
By the way, Steven, I must say, before I go, I love the wall you set up behind you with all
Thank
your
you.
belts.
I appreciate you. Thank you very
Fucking
much.
sick.
What's your favorite title though behind you, Steve? What is it?
My favorite one. Well, that's a tough question because I love my $1 Million Holla,
That's what I was gonna say.
but I do have the Smoking Skull with rattlesnake skin on the inside. That is a precious one to me too.
Okay.
But yeah, and then that rock poster with Hogan signed by Hulk Hogan. So it made a nice display.
I thought you were gonna say it was the penis trophy your wife gave you that says best penis in Rockland.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen,
All right.
thank you for joining us.
I guess we'll wrap it up with Golden Pecker Award winner Steve Glenn.
Stephen H. Glenwick.
Oh man,
I
yeah.
threw in a nickname there.
Eric comes out of hiding.
Holy shit! Eric is alive.
I'm live.
He's the dead man.
What were you, Jeffrey Tubin it over there?
Falling asleep.
Oh man. Oh yes. Well, this is the War Report brought to you by TagMeADate.com, the first and only dating site exclusively for fans of pro wrestling. We are undergoing a site redesign, and we also want to be socially conscious because we don't want to encourage you to go out on dates with somebody during a fucking pandemic. So just wait for us to relaunch the site. We don't want a super spreader event coming from YouTube goofs meeting up to watch a pay-per-view or something. Anyway, we'll be back.
Did you say Super Shredder or Super Spreader?
Super spreader, not super shredder.
That's Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that's Kevin Nash. Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze.
Vanilla Ice.
So you can follow us, with Go Ninja Go. You can follow us on social media. It's at Tag Me a Date, most places at Tag Me a Date. You go on YouTube, you go to the search bar, you type in Tag Me a Date. You can subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified when we go live. There's a Tag Me a Date page on Facebook. There's a Tag Me a Date on Twitter and Instagram, on Periscope. On Twitch, we are twitch.tv/War Report. If you are an Amazon Prime customer, you get 1 free subscription a month that you can donate to a stream or a streamer. We would really appreciate if you go to twitch.tv/War Report and give your free monthly subscription to us. It is not a recurring thing. It's just something you can do once a month to help out the show. It gives us a couple bucks. And like I said, if you already have Amazon Prime, it's something that you already have. You don't have to do anything extra. You just have to subscribe to us on Twitch, which is a nice perk of, amongst the other perks of Amazon Prime. But follow us on social media at Tag Me a Date, twitch.tv/War Report, and we will be back 7 p.m. on Eastern Time. We've already set the clocks back, so you don't need to worry about that shit anymore. And that'll do it. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of the War Report. Thank you for watching.
Cheers.